guys, it's Coach Thabit from Atos Dubai. I'm my trusty assistant, Blue Belt Ninja Aboud, and I'm going to show you guys the flavor of the month we've been working on for February, and I'm going to extend it through till March. It's a lot of techniques, a lot of details, so pay close attention. Lots of drilling involved. Okay? I'll start in my normal position. Okay, get in your stance, nice and low in the hips, one foot in front, one foot behind. I'm going to set this up so I have a nice little arm drag attack from my sequence. Okay, I'm going to reach for my opponent's wrist. When I reach for his wrist, I always point my fingers away from his body. So I reach for it and I grab it as if I'm slapping his wrist. As I do that, I pull him ever so slightly towards me. I reach for the tricep with my right. Now I'm going to pull him straight, and then I'm going to move to the side. So I pull him exactly to the spot where I'm standing, and I move to the side as I slide my leg between his legs. So I pull him, and I slide my leg here. Okay? So again. Grab the wrist, point towards me, pull here, and throw the leg. Normally now my opponent is going to want to resist this, so he'll get on all of his fours. Okay? And I'll end up in sort of like this position. My left arm is going to go ahead and wrap around his leg as I turn and go to both of my knees. Okay? This hand I can use to post against his tricep or down here on the mat. As I set up the rest of my move, I squeeze his leg between my knees. Now I'm in transition from hugging his leg to grabbing the belt with the left hand. I grab the top of the collar with my right hand and I pull him down to the mats so he's on his knees. Now I'm going to step with my right leg here on my toes. I'm not going to hook it all the way, I'm just going to step with it. Right here in this gap between his right arm and his right knee. Now I'm going to reach and set up my seat belt on the same side that I have this hook. So seat belt grip, I keep my left leg posted behind his butt because I'm going to use this to do a little ejection seat. I'm going to launch myself over this shoulder. Here. Attack the half back, flatten him out, get both hooks in. Now, Aboud is going to start bridging and walking to the other side. When he walks to the other side, notice that my leg is very close to his arm. This hook over here is very close to his hand. He's going to grab my hook, put it down onto the mats, and he's going to shrimp over it. Amazing. He's going to start turning until he gets on top. I'll lock up my half guard to defend. Now we have a different ball game on our hands. All right? From here, I'm going to reach down and block his hand. Especially if he tries to reach over and grab my head. I have the shin blocking his chest, and I have the bottom knee pointed up. So I hook, and his shin up. So I stop him from passing. It blocks his hip, this knee blocks his chest, and now I'm going to reach over and block his guy's wrist, pin it down to the mats. Okay? In this position, my opponent is going to try to pressure pass me, so like put all of his weight straight down on me. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this knee out of my way as I shoot over his shoulder and counterbalance this pressure pass. Reach here, grab my own wrist, and now as I sit down and put my shoulder on the mat, I'm going to bring his wrist to his ribs. Here. So wrist to the ribs. Now I put my shoulder down onto the mat, keep the bottom knee up, pointed upwards. My right foot is going to post next to his knee. And now I just keep pushing for the Kimura that way till I finish on top with this sweep. Typically, guys going to want to keep locking my leg inside the half guard. But what I do from here is I kind of focus on attacking his arm so he doesn't focus on the half guard way too much. Right? He'll be focusing on maybe resisting it or trying to defend it, and I pull my own leg out. Now I switch my base and I start to pull him over to the side because I want to walk around his head. Stab, spin, go to the other side. Get to my knee on belly. Now from here, my opponent's going to want to push my knee off of his chest. What I'm going to do is I'll isolate his hands. If he has both hands to push the knee, he's going to get it off. So I'm going to grab one wrist, pin it down to the mats, completely isolate it so that when he pushes over here, he has to make an angle to make it happen. Okay? So I'm going to do two moves at once. I'm going to shoot inside, grab his tricep, and at the same time, my left knee is going to go in between this window and pin his arm down. Here. Now, I'm going to reach with my left arm underneath his head, and I hug. Clasp my hands together, and I hug him nice and tight as if I'm in side control. Now my left foot, I'm going to windshield wipe it here, and then I push it tight up against his shoulder. Now I just sit back on my left side. As I sit back, he starts to turn towards me. My right leg comes on top here, and I lock my triangle. As soon as he comes up, now I start to set it up. Grab the shin, foot on the hip, shrimp, lock it nice and tight, lift my hips, and oh, he's down. Do that in real time. Thank you guys for watching. Wait for Abu to finish tying his belt. Now, go drill.